Okay, so this morning I'm going to roll out the 53 Big 4, do a video here, kind of showing it off a little bit. This is probably my favorite all-time British single that I've ever owned. Kind of a rare bike, kind of an unusual bike. Going back to its early days, and I'm sure there's probably going to be people critique me on this, but the Big 4 stood for 4 imperial horsepower, which was pretty neat back then. I know that just from the research that I've done, this engine was, rated at a conservative 600 cc's. They had a larger 633, I believe. I think this was like 587 or something, somewhere thereabouts. But it's a side valve engine, obviously. It's not like the old pushrod tube 500s, which makes this bike a little bit more unusual. Kind of some of the research I've done showed that in England and throughout the UK, there was a tractor company that, the Trusty, that utilized the Norton engine in this configuration, but the head was, the cooling fins went side to side as opposed to front to back, and they were cast iron, whereas the Norton motorcycle engine was aluminum and went front to back. It's running this bike is basically all original. It's original engine, original cases, original frame, all numbers matching, original transmission. It's a 1-up, 3-down, 4-speed. They're running the stock Amal 278, I believe. This is a pre-monoblock carburetor. It's a remote bowl carburetor, which is kind of cool. You got your slide assembly on one side and you got your remote bowl on the other. Took some getting used to in terms of cleaning that carburetor and cleaning the primary jet inside right through here. This bike had been sitting for so long. It was actually owned by an architect, and it was set in his office as like an aesthetic display, and which was kind of a shame, because these bikes need to be taken out and ridden and enjoyed. But that's what I've done with it. Chips and scratches, things of that nature. You'll have this is a really neat gray, like a marbleized paint, but the old fuel starting to bubble around the gas cap. But somebody had actually taken the time to hand paint Norton on this tank. Just really cool. Today you don't find people who take the time to do things like that. The front rims and the front rim and the rear rim got some chrome flaking, just here and there, probably from where they'd used spoons over the years changing tires. But the pinstriping, that's all hand pinstriped. The red breaking up the gray paint from the chrome looks really well done. Same way with the pedestrian slicer. It's all hand painted. Really cool bike. Of course, it's got an oil shutoff to keep it from sumping for long-term storage. Kind of a crude design, whoever put that on there. Obviously it's not original, but it works. Works fine. Rear wheel prop. These bikes are so cool. This is the air pump, in case you're out on the back country road and get a low tire, and it actually still works. You can take it off and pump up a tire. I actually tried it on the front tire, and it did inflate the tire, which was pretty awesome. Just shows kind of a testament to the ingenuity that they used back in those days. A lot of utilitarian purposes for things of that nature. Only things that you needed were on board. Kind of a wild starting procedure. Got a spark advance here. Of course, a conventional choke. It's got road holder forks on it. I'm kind of jumping around now. The Smith's chronometric was completely rebuilt when the engine was rebuilt. So the bike's only showing 213 original miles. That's original to the engine and the chronometric gauge. And this morning. I took it out early, rode 5 miles. But let's hear it. We're going to turn the gas on. I've advanced the timing. I'm going to tickle the carburetor until we get some fuel coming out, which should be shortly. There we go. I don't think that Kickstarter's original. I think it's something that somebody else has put on it or added it at some point in time or another. But bear with me here. I'll set the camera down. Use the compression release. Yeah, so that's the Norton, and again, if you own a Big 4, I would love to have some feedback from you. Any information that you can add or take away from my video. There's not a whole lot out there that I've seen researching them, you know, as far as being a complete bike that people actually ride and enjoy. I mean, I find a few every now and then, but I'd love to hear from fellow Big 4 owners, and you know, a little bit more history on the bikes, and you know, any corrections that I may be way off on. But anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and if you're interested in old one lung Nortons, BSAs, or Triumphs, post your videos. I'd love to see them. I also have a video that I posted of an ES2 and a B33. So really starting to get into the old singles. So thanks for taking the time to watch it, and have a good day.